It's very rare that I'm like got a little nerves.
Yeah, that club's weird.
And so when I came out, I was like, yeah, this is a big deal. You know, like I don't. It's been a while since I've had some nerves, and I was coming out there going, oh, it took me like about 30, 40 long seconds to really dial in and go, all right. I was kind of having it out of my head going, Joe's watching, and hope this goes well, you know, because it's such a beautiful club. Yeah, the bar's high.
Yeah.
Oh, that whole crowd's going, we're going to see everybody. Tom Segura, Joe Rogan.
You followed Brian Simpson, too, who's really fucking on fire right now.
I was just very, very, it was just cool. It was cool to be in there. You got a torch?
Yeah, there's one right there. This is his torch.
Oh, that's a torch, too? Look at you. You got all the gadgets, huh?
Yeah, we shout out to Foundation Cigars. They actually made us some Comedy Mothership logoed cigars. They're really good. Is it out? Yeah, here, try this one. Sorry. It might be almost out of juice.
Got it.
But, yeah, I get it. I was nervous when I first did stand up there, too.
Yeah, it's like that.
It was my first set there. It was weird. I was like, are we really doing this?
Yeah, it's in your dad.
We were talking about this for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're doing it. Like, we were all shitting our pants. Every one of us backstage was like, fuck.
Yeah.
We were all...
It's such a cool place.
But the thing is, like, we had been doing so much stand-up.
Yeah, your whole life.
To get weirded out by this one set for some reason.
It's special.
Yeah, it felt like the audience was like that, too. They felt a little weirded out, too. They were like, wow, this is real. Like, they got to be there at the very first show.
I used to feel like that at the store a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would literally crush at the Laugh Factory 25 minutes before I walked over to the Comedy Store, and then I was like, oh, I hope Adam sees this. You know, like, for whatever reason, like, the store has... I think every comic has some sort of weird issues with the Comedy Store.
For sure.
They're all different things, but, like, I don't know how...
Dude, when I was a kid, when I was 21, when I first started doing stand-up, people would talk about the Comedy Store like it was Mecca. Like you had to make your pilgrimage. This was where Richard Pryor came from. This is where Sam Kinison came from. It was Mecca.
Yeah.
And you only heard about, you know, like that this is the spot. There was no other one place you had to go to. Like you could go to Catch. You could go to Catch a Rising Star, which is in New York. You could go, which is a great club. You could go to the Improv in Melrose. That was a great club. It's all great. The store was Mecca.
Yeah.
And when you got past there, dude, I was already on a television show when I got past. And when getting on the television show was cool. It was cool to be on TV. Like, wow, I can't believe I'm on TV. This is nuts. But the real thing for me was when Mitzi passed me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God. Like, I think I'm a real comedian.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a real professional. Like, because, you know, in the beginning, the few years, you feel like such a fraud. You feel like you like
any stage time.
Yeah, you're learning it as you go. You're not really sure if you're going to make it. Some of your jokes suck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everyone, now and then, though, you get one that pops.
Yeah.
You're like, God, I need more of those. Like, I need more like that one.
That's why so many comics go edgy or, like, dirty soon.
Of course.
Because they're like, at least a reaction's better than bombing, you know?
Exactly.
I'd rather that than silence, you know?
And there's always some subjects that just have built-in laughs. You know, there's some subjects like you pretty much can't fuck it up. If you gotta, it's a topic that people like to laugh just at the top. They're like, bah, ha, ha.
I feel like every comic when you start, tell me if you found this to be true. Of course, they all start with I know what I look like, or I look like, or that you hear that a version of that, yeah, right. Or they come up with they like some sort of song lyrics. That's all, because songs are poems.
Yeah.
And they're metaphors. So for whatever reason, every comic's like, I was listening to this song the other day.
Yeah.
And the lyrics with it, you're like, yeah, because it's a metaphor. Like, and you're going to take the most literal route on this writing.
Yeah.
To make yourself sound smarter than the artist. Yeah, but it's like, it's kind of like, trying to get to you and that monkey. And you're like, he's trying to get to a monkey? And you're like, no, dude, that's the radio edit of booty. You know, they can't say trying to get to you and that pussy or booty or whatever the real lyric is. It's a thing.
Well, it's just pop culture too, right? So you're terrified to talk about something that people don't know about. You don't want to have to explain something because then you have to get their full attention. It's not an immediate, like if you wanted to bring up LeBron James, you say the name LeBron James, everybody knows who LeBron James is. It's an instantaneous reference.
Absolutely.
But if you want to talk about some weird sect of the Christian church that you grew up in, you're like, what?
Yeah, what?
What? Like, that's a fucking black belt joke. You know, like you have to.
You're not there yet.
Yeah, you're not ready for like a esoteric subject. You're not ready for any weirdness.
I had a comic tell me the other night, we did this corporate event. I don't want to say his name because, but he's just new. That's all. He's not guilty of being unfunny. He's not guilty of being a bad guy. He's just guilty of being new.
Yeah,
that's all.
Like
it is.
we all were.
And he goes, "What do you think about this joke?" And it's this wildly insensitive joke about the Bible and Mary, and it's a gross oversimplification, but it's also just latently disrespectful. Like, and that's okay. Louis wants to do that joke. You want to do that joke. Some people want to limp in on that subject. You can do it. Yeah. And I go, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's looking at me like, what do you mean I can't? I go, no. It's
you're
just
not ready
2
for
months
that.
in, you're trying to tackle that?
Yeah,
like, it's not going to work.
An abortion joke in your first 5 minutes? Like, settle down.
Yeah, these people have no idea who you are, and you're like, it's just like, it's not going to work.
Leave that to Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Leave the abortion joke to Bill Burr.
Maybe not month one, but.
Yeah, you don't have any idea what you sound like. You don't have any idea how other people are perceiving you. It's chaos up there. It doesn't seem like it should be. I feel like we understand it more than most people, which is why so many people think they can do it. But even we kind of barely understand it. Like, I understand how I do it, but there's a lot of guys, I see him like, I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, but it's hilarious. Harlan Williams.
I love Harlan. I just did his podcast. Yeah, so silly.
He's so silly.
Yeah.
When you watch him on stage, you're like, if you wrote that out.
Oh, yeah.
It would not make any sense.
Sir, can you please look away? I'm trying to perform up here.
I'm fucking dying.
Can't write that.
He was on Kill Tony, and he brought a checkbook and started just writing checks to people for like $1 million. And it just became this running gag.
Fun,
it was hilarious.
He had Jeff Ross roast a roast. He pulled out a roast, and he put 2 little googly eyes on it, and he goes, I want you to roast this roast. And that's only Harlan can do
Only
that.
Harlan.
If anyone else did that, I'd be like, get this dog shit out of here. But like Harlan Williams, it's perfectly his voice. Like
I've known that guy for probably like 25, 26 years. He's always been super cool. No one hates Harlan Williams. No one. You will never meet anybody who doesn't like Harlan Williams.
He isn't like, but is exactly like Norm Macdonald, where he's got his own thing.
His own thing.
And they're both Canadian, and they're not similar, but they're both these unique, one-of-a-kind men.
Yeah, he doesn't vary.
Yeah.
He's always that guy. He's always like this super sweet guy. That's got that guy off stage, on stage. Hey, fella, what a great club. You know,
he's pumpkin pie haircut freak. He improv'd that on the movie Dumb and Dumber to Jim Carrey. And it stays in the script. Like, that's how.
Yeah, no, that's Harlan.
He's such a fun guy.